are the only tourists here.
Ooh.
But we got to come here for free, so.
Everything is so beautiful, I couldn't put the camera down. It is just after 5 a.m. in the morning on our last full day in Hoi An. We wanted to get up a little bit earlier today to see if we can see some of the ancient city without all the tourists and the people wandering around. Last time we tried to do this though, there were hundreds of people on the beach in the Trang, so we don't have any illusions that we will be completely alone. The old city has a couple of sites that we know of that should be pretty cool to see in the morning, and I'm happy to be surprised by a couple. What we're looking forward to most though is at the end is we get to get a coffee.
A coconut coffee. We haven't had one yet, and it's like a thing to get in Hoi An.
The first thing we pass is actually on our walk into the old town. It's like as soon as we get into the old town.
And it's this old temple gate, which is really beautiful. It's got all this intricate detail. We are the only tourists here. There's one local that's doing some exercise, doing his laps.
Luckily we are the only ones here because it's a lot more peaceful than when we walk past during the day.
Yeah,
and it's not hot.
And they've got this awesome pond with all these lily pads, and it's just reflecting the temple gate. It's so beautiful.
Peaceful here, probably because it's so early in the morning and we're the only ones here.
We have the whole place to ourselves.
And we constantly hear fish jumping around in the lake.
It's really nice. But we're off to our second stop for the day, which is arguably one of the most famous sites in Hoi An.
Yeah, it's when you Google Hoi An, this one typically is what pops up. So I hope we're at the next place by ourselves too. Japanese bridge.
It's again really beautiful, and we are one of two groups here right now. This bridge has really intricate details on the top. There's all these carved out little bits. It's this gorgeous pink colour on the sides, and of course it has the beautiful lanterns hanging from it as well. Just very picturesque Hoi An.
If you do want to see it when you're here, come in the morning. It's a lot better.
100%.
I do also want to show you this river that's we're looking at now. When we were here at any time at night time, it is manic. There's people everywhere. It doesn't have to be full moon, it's just crazy. And now it's just peaceful, serene and beautiful.
So we are now inside of the Japanese bridge, and one thing is if you come early, you don't have to pay the fee to be able to see all of these sites. You don't get to go in and see them as much as I think you would if you did pay and it was open. So this I think is normally a temple that's open, but we got to come here for free, so I think it's still the better option. The Hoi An yellow of the buildings in the morning looks really pretty with the sun reflecting off of it. It's really cool anyway that they have like a colour, but it's really nice in the morning.
It has been so nice just walking around these old historic streets. Everything is so beautiful, I couldn't put the camera down at all. Unfortunately, the last place we wanted to go to is still closed because it's so early. Good news about that is that we get to skip straight to coconut coffee. walking along the riverside is just as pretty as walking right in the middle of the old town. Honestly, if you're here, get up at 5:30 and just walk around. That's all you need to do. It's not hot. Everything's like tinged with morning light. And people seem like friendlier? I don't know.
Yeah, it's way more relaxing. We haven't had anyone, knock on wood, come up and try and sell us something or make us go in their boat or...
It is getting a lot more lively now. I know we didn't record much, but that was one of my favourite mornings we've had, I think. It's definitely my favourite morning or my favourite day in Hoi An. The morning's adventuring has come to an end. We have come to our hopefully final destination and get some coconut iced coffee.
We're not really sure if they have them. None of the cafes in Old Town were open yet, so we've come just a little bit out. Coconut coffee, it seems to be super popular in Hoi An and we haven't had it yet. Plus, any excuse to have an iced coffee, to be honest, in the heat. It looks like it's pretty separated, so I don't know if you're meant to mix it or not. Describe it. Imagine having coconut water in coffee and that's what it tastes like.
The consistency is almost like a frappe, like it's a lot thicker than I thought it would have been. Let's see. Heaps thicker than I thought it would have been. I love it. I think this is awesome. I wish I had more words. Ooh. The straw just went a little bit deeper and I got just coffee. It's quite strong. Definitely mix it. That's pretty much the end of what we're going to be doing today. We've got a bus up to a new city tomorrow, which I'm really, really excited for. It's even more historic than this one. For the rest of the day, we're just going to make sure we've got all our stuff packed and everything ready and plan some more of our trip.
Is it a temple? We are upright.
It is just...
Okay, my arm is hot.